This is the Craig and Kris Show, back again with you guys. Craig,
how y'all doing?
Amazing moment in the Craig and Kris Show history this past week.
Yes.
Perhaps a great development in the future of our success. We received
an email.
Our first email.
We did.
And we'd like to give a shout out to Sports Guru 7 for sending that to us.
Thank you very much, buddy, for both emails. And as told, we're going to try and adjust it. You know, we did say, though, me and Kris did say, we're legit. We are official.
This does make us official.
So you've now made us legit. But anyways, we just wanted to address your question here. You know, you talked about this year's picks and how they're going to be different from last year's picks, and why aren't they going to be busts like our past pick, like Joey Harrington, you know, Charles Rogers, Mike Williams. I do not want to go on. It's painful.
Yes, it is.
It is painful.
Stocker McDougal.
Stop it. I don't even want to go. I don't even want to go
Chris
there,
Claiborne.
Man. But here's what we've decided the difference is, and they're hardworking guys.
Kevin Jones.
They're high character guys. They're high character
yes,
guys.
They are.
They're Marinelli guys, and this is what I love about it, is that they're going to come in, they're going to work hard every day.
Yep.
And then you had a good point about the positions that they're playing too.
Yep. I mean, you look at the first two picks, offensive lineman and a linebacker. Not necessarily your high risk picks with your quarterbacks or your wide receivers or running backs. These two guys are just solid players. Are going to be able to come in and step in and do the dirty work. And another thing, I mean, you look at last year, our first pick last year, Ernie Sims. And then
great pick.
He turned out well, and he's a Marinelli type guy. Yeah. Everybody says he was a little undersized to play in the NFL, but I think he proved last year that he's got enough heart and enough
2 years ago, but yeah,
enough heart to.
Oh man, he's awesome.
So yeah, he's a great. He's a great fit, and I think that. Chairless and Dizon will both be great fits, and that's just our first two picks.
Absolutely,
all the way down the board, they're all Marinelli type guys.
And you gotta look at the picks. I mean, you know, Kelvin Johnson's going to pan out for a rookie wide receiver, especially considering he was injured a lot.
Yep.
He did a great job, and these are Marinelli picks.
Yep. Plus, with the new offensive coordinator, he'll be running the ball more, open up the passing game more. I mean, you would think that when you're throwing the ball 40 to 50 times a game that you're still going to put up good passing numbers, but I almost feel like our receivers are going to be more effective now that we're running the ball, because it's going to open up the secondary a little bit. So
yeah, and Chairless can block, man. He can block the run on that right side. We're going to have a strong right side. Kevin Smith, I'm telling you, it's going to be good.
Tatum Bell.
And guess who we just picked up again? He's coming back.
Sweet. R2's
R2's Pinner, baby.
Yeah, I did see that.
Very nice. So I'm glad you saw that.
That's a good pickup. Adds a little more depth in the running back game.
Yeah.
So. Also, I just want to. I mean, people talk about all these past picks by Millen being bust, and how Millen has a terrible picking history, and he does. He does not have a great record, and I will in no way support everything that he's done. I'm not a huge Millen fan, as nobody in Detroit is, but at the same time, I say you look
except for maybe Ford.
Ford loves Millen.
Ford loves Millen.
But I mean, you look at those picks and those guys like Rogers and Joey Harrington. If we didn't have such high draft picks those years, then we wouldn't have picked them, but somebody else would have.
Absolutely. Those guys are all high on everybody else's board too.
Absolutely. Harrington was the second highest quarterback in that draft to David Carr, and look where he is now.
And they didn't even know if Carr should go ahead of him.
Harrington is still a starting quarterback in this league, and is David Carr a starting quarterback in this league right now?
Absolutely not.
So I mean, technically Harrington fared better than David Carr did, but nobody talks about David Carr being the big bust, and so it's just because Harrington's a Millen pick, he's a big bust. So, and I mean, you look at,
and I think they talk about him more being a bust because he had so much expectations too. And you can't be a huge bust unless you're a big expectation.
David Carr was supposed to be the franchise quarterback for Houston.
Yeah.
So that and. Now I believe he's not even in Houston. Isn't he?
I don't even know.
Carolina. I don't know either.
He is. You're right.
He's in Carolina.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's even going to be playing this year though.
Yeah. So it's. I mean, and Rogers. You can say the same. I mean, well,
Chuck
Rogers had issues.
You know, I'm not a fan.
Charles, I can't even make it in the CFL. Rogers. So.
He can't. What happened to his speed too? He ran like a 4.7 over there.
Yeah. We won't talk about
sad.
that. I don't like talking about Sparty's going downhill. But
yeah, I don't.
It's all right. We can. Yeah.